Yeah, as the title suggests, I'm sick.
Oh my god! It's happening! It's happening!
So I'm here in bed because this is where I would be anyways. And I thought,
if I'm going to be the best YouTuber in the entire world, like people are saying I am,
I need to still film videos when I'm sick in bed. By the way, that's not my own review. That's just what everyone else seems to say. So I whipped out my new MacBook. Guys, I hope you like my new MacBook. Yeah, there you go. Here's my desktop. We got some stocks right there. My battery, my Duolingo streak. That's not Photoshop. I'm really that legit. Verse of the day, for it is by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God. I mean, good point. Pretty good point. Anyways, we're on my MacBook, and if this video works, if this actually is a thing that works, it means I can film in other rooms now, okay? So I hope you like this video. I realize I just started talking a lot louder, so oh yeah, that looks like some peaking right there. So if the audio doesn't sound too bad, I'm not trying to go full blaza. You never go full blaza. But yeah, I figured we should just watch some videos about being sick and enjoy being sick together and watch some animations about being sick. Starting with, let's check out this ice cream sandwich video. These videos are all really short, so we're gonna go through a bunch of them actually. I kind of also want to check out some like unknown animators. Like I see this being sick storytime animation by Mattanations 2 years ago, only 156 views.
I want to watch some stuff like that.
Because we're just chilling right now. So let's watch a bunch of short animations, do our review, have some fun together. And if you like this format, then we can do more. All right, but let's start with one of the absolute greatest animators of all time to get us off on a good streak run initial setup. Let's finish setting up your PC.
Ice cream sandwich.
And no, I haven't watched half this video. YouTube is dumb.
I don't know if you can tell from my voice right now, but I'm pretty sick. A vile harbinger of disease. Don't worry, It's not productive. Everything's fine, but if you want to make me feel better, the only thing that'll make me feel better is to smash that subscribe. Woo! Being sick has made me think about a lot of things.
No, it's a good point. We're both sick. Boop the like button. I gave that a like. You give this a like real quick. He makes a good point.
Being sick has made me think about a lot of things, like what it's like to breathe. I remember when being sick used to be awesome. You would get sick, go to the nurse's office, parents would pick you up,
play
your
video
mom
games,
will make you soup, and you get to watch cartoons or something for the rest of the day. Now, at least for me, getting sick is like, well, I have to work and be sick. Who set up a sick
I'm in
business
charge
scam?
now.
The world should not be this way. There should be a service that's like, when you're sick, somebody comes over and they make you soup and they tuck you in and give you a kiss on the head, and they put on a movie and they say, "You cozy?"
Yes!
Yeah, I'm cozy.
Yes!
He makes a very good point there. When you become an adult, being sick is no longer a luxury. When you're a kid and you're sick, it's like, cool, I get to stay home from school and do whatever I want. When you're an adult, you don't want to have to stay home because then you don't make money. You can't keep the lights on in your home. I can't keep the Aurora Borealis running. So being sick is a lot more stressful as an adult than as a child.
Anyway, the worst time that I've ever gotten sick was probably appendicitis. I already made a video about that.
I've had that.
So,
horrible.
The other more recent bad time that I got sick was about a year ago now, when I was starting to feel very tingly in my appendages. And I'm like,
oh no, not the tingly appendages.
The worst thing possible.
Circulation.
Everything.
It's the worst thing possible.
I knew it! So I made a doctor's appointment, and I go into the doctor. I talk to them about my symptoms and all these things. And they're like, "Is it COVID?" And I'm like, "No, I got many tests." And then they asked me some questions, took my temperature, and then they were like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Okay, just come back if it gets worse." And I did.
What?
And the next doctor that I see was like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Okay."
Bruh.
And they're like, "Well, let's recommend you to a neurologist because it could be a problem with your brain." And then I go to that doctor.
Did you do a blood
and
test?
They're like, "Well, I don't know what it is either.
What?
But we should scan your skull and spine."
Scan
and I'm like,
the
why didn't we
skull?
just start with that? It's been weeks of these symptoms, and I'm just sitting here. Why didn't we start with that?
Okay, so it's a tingliness, not a numbness. Because if you're talking about a numbness, then I'm like, okay, that's circulation. I am mildly anemic, meaning I think that's related to iron. I definitely get a lot of iron in my diet, but my circulation is not amazing. It's not like terrible, but it's like not the best. And it's worse if I'm like not exercising and stuff. But like my fingers can get a little bit numb, but tingly sounds a little bit different.
Why didn't we start with that? And so she's like, good news, we're not scanning a ton of people right now. We might be able to get you in today. I'm like, oh, this is good. She leaves for a little bit. She comes back. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. We have to. And then she said some word that I totally can't remember. But it's the process that she's like, we have to do this process. What the process is,
pre-screening?
She has to go to the insurance company and says, do we have permission to do this procedure on the patient? And then the insurance company gives the green thumb. I'm sorry. Why is that real?
The green
I could be
thumb?
melting from the inside out, and the insurance company, who's filled with 0% doctors, is going to be like, maybe, no. I have to wait.
0% doctors and 100% people trying to save money and not save your life. Sorry if that's a little bit based, but that's the truth. If he lives in the States, the insurance company is not on his side.
I have to wait an additional week for this stupid process to pass. What the heck? Next time you need help, and for some reason need my help specifically, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna wait a week for you. Kinda. Sorry, I don't know if you could tell, I'm kind of bitter about it.
Valid.
Anyway,
that's valid,
I get
dude.
approved, and so we move on. So I'm ready to get a scan for my skull, and it's fine. It's inside of an MRI machine. They're like, are you claustrophobic? Maybe a little bit. I guess we'll
not
figure
afraid of
out
Santa
while I'm in
Claus.
there. They're like, okay, cool. This is gonna take about 1 hour. And that made me a little nervous. Because I'm a really restless person. At all times, I have to be moving, whether it be moving my legs, moving my wrists, rubbing my feet together like a little cricket in my bed. I don't know why. I haven't really looked into why that is. And so I was a little bit nervous. But they gave me.
I think that one's neurological. The other thing might not be neurological, but that one for sure is.
And so I was a little bit nervous. But they give you like these little headphones, and then they're like,
ooh,
do you like classical music or jazz music? And I'm like, oh, let's do jazz music. And then you go into
freeform jazz.
It's really, really tight. And it's kind of freaky. But the jazz music actually helps a little bit. Nice. I did surprisingly well. We got all the scans done. We only needed to redo one of them because I kind of twitched my head at one point. After I was suppressing for so long. And I come out, they say, okay, we're going to look at these, we're going to see what's up, and then we're going to tell you.
Yep,
I'm actually like really freaked out because at this point, we're thinking, oh, a brain scan, the thing that's the most delicate part of your body, and they have to look at it and see if something's wrong with that. That's kind of freaky.
Yeah.
So we wait. And then the results come back. The results were brain scan, unremarkable.
What?
Okay, I think technically.
Nah, I'm offended.
To those of you guys who don't know, unremarkable just in medical terms, just means
there isn't something bad that you need to look at. There isn't a giant golf ball sized mass on it. Unremarkable in medical terms is a good thing. But hey, guys, I think you are all remarkable, okay? In case no one told you lately, I think you're remarkable.
Okay, I think technically I understand that that's a good thing, but you didn't have to say it like that. Spine scan, also unremarkable. I came up clean. So what the heck is wrong with me? Turns out we never found out. I spent thousands upon dollars waiting ultimately to amount to, I don't know what it is. And then eventually the symptoms went away.
Good.
Great. What's the moral of the story here? I don't know. Thanks for watching.
That is one of the many annoying things about getting help for when you're sick, is if you spend a bunch of time and then they tell you, we don't know what it is. That is basically what happened to me when I was sick in 2023. For those of you guys who don't know, I was extremely sick for almost all of 2023, and it took all year to figure out what it was, and I almost stopped existing. But I didn't stop not existing, and so I'm here now.
I spent like all year getting misdiagnosed
and having things not be figured out until I eventually went to the hospital at the end of the year, and then they figured out what it was in like a few hours, and then I finally got treated, and then my year of agony was over. I mean, at least it went away on its own, you know. It's not that, that's good to know, but wasting time and money is annoying. But it's better, honestly, I'm gonna just look at this optimistically. I would say it's better to have your time and money wasted and you be okay than spend your time and money and turns out, oh no, you're really sick. You know what I mean? Okay, next I want to look at our pal Infamous Swoosh. This is a 9-year-old Infamous Swoosh video, so I'm pretty sure he's got his baby voice. I don't think I've ever watched a Swoosh video this old, but he made a video about being sick. Again, only 3 minutes long, low commitment, guys. If this isn't prime Swoosh,
we'll still be able to have fun with it. It's just 3 minutes. Let's check it out.
There's one thing I seriously hate. It's getting sick on the weekend. Now, I could be like most people and say, dude, I get most for food and play Call of Duty all weekend. But no. If you are one of those people, you probably think life is just a cakewalk and you can get whatever the heck you want from people if you are hurt or sick. Then you probably assume the world revolves around you. Now,
For some people, they feel that way.
If you are really sick, then yes, you can kindly ask your siblings or parents if they can get you food. Unless your sibling is a jerk and doesn't care about you, like mine. I'm just kidding.
That's mean.
And yes,
Did that
you can
change?
watch TV while you're sick. But come on. Then you have those people who over-exaggerate being sick just to get out of school.
Unbelievable.
Now, I have been sick over the weekend so many times. And if you're my sibling watching this, you're probably just like, what? You do that all the time. And no.
Yeah, I can confirm. I am Nathan's sibling watching this, and he does that all the time. But it's so funny that at this point in Swoosh's career, his channel was so small that he had to account for one particular person who might be watching the video. And he had to be like, if you are my brother, hey, this... Let me tell you, now Swoosh can make videos and who cares what his brother thinks,
And if you're my sibling watching this, you're probably just like, what? You do that all the time. And no, I don't. My siblings just automatically assume I'm faking when I'm sick. Why the heck would I fake being sick on a weekend? Who does that?
Yeah, on a weekend
Nobody.
makes no sense.
Weekends are awesome. You can do a bunch of fun things instead of doing schoolwork. And someone like me is just like, yes, it's the weekend. I can finally finish that animation I've been working on.
Yes!
I can just
Oh no.
finish it.
Oh no.
And the next thing you know, I'm on the couch with...
See,
I'm sure Swoosh, now that he is an adult, a grown adult who's not in school anymore, I'm sure that he understands.
the switch up that happens here between being a kid in school who gets sick on the weekend and being an adult who gets on the weekend. Again, for adults, it's like, if you get sick on the weekend, it's like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to miss work. I don't miss out on money. Though I guess I will say, for a lot of people, they do get paid for sick days.
But I don't, okay? I am my own boss, and so I don't get sick days. I pay me.
And so, if I don't work, I don't get to pay me. You know what I'm saying? So for me, being sick on the weekend would actually be a little bit better. But I work on the weekend anyway, so there's literally no winning in this situation for me. Being sick is always bad.
And the next thing you know, I'm on the couch with like 5 boxes of tissues right next to me.
No!
And that stinks. You can't do anything about it. Plus, when you have a temperature of like 102, all you can do
That's
is just
pretty
sit on the
hot.
couch. Most likely binge watch Netflix. Oh,
Binge
especially
watch
when
it,
you have
yeah.
the throw up bug. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it. It's disgusting.
The throw up
And
bug?
that is the worst type of weekend sickness. I hate
The
that.
throw up bug.
All you can do is just drink ginger ale and eat crackers or something.
Yeah.
Well, my mom told me that was the only food or drink I could have when I had the throw up bug. Oh, and the worst part is when your family or friends go and do something awesome and
While
you wanna
you're
tag
still
along,
sick.
but you can't because you're sick.
Brutal.
I am not even kidding you. I was sick on the weekend making bus rides and 5K fail. And
Nice.
yes, there are some perks for being sick, like your 5-star chef mom makes you the best chicken soup in the history of the universe.
I mean,
And,
listen, Swoosh, these are particular things for you. Your brother calling you a hypocrite and your mom making you the world's greatest chicken soup. These are specifically Nathan things. Not everyone can relate to that. I have avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, and I can't eat soup. So I'm not as lucky as you. Now, saltines, on the other hand, I do dig some saltines. I love saltines. However, I'm avoiding gluten nowadays ever since my intestines nearly strangled themselves. I've cut out most gluten, so I can't enjoy the #1 dopest sick food ever, saltine crackers. Brutal.
and like you cuddle up with your dog or cat in a warm
yeah.
blanket, maybe watch Star Wars or something. If you know anyone who is sick, I suggest you stay far away from them as possible. Unless you
Thank
have
you for
like a
the
gas
advice,
mask,
Nathan.
then you're good to go. If you don't, then just stay away from them if you want to enjoy your weekend. If not, that's your problem. Be around your sick friend, sibling, or fellow acquaintance. But hey, I warned you. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video.
Thank you, Swoosh. It's so good that he was so wise beyond his years. If someone around you is sick, don't be around them. Honestly, I can't believe Swoosh knew such esoteric information. Thanks, Swoosh. These are the life lessons that you get when, like, a 10-year-old does a story time animation. I mean, it's not bad advice. I'm not saying it's bad advice. I'm just saying I think Swoosh has a lot more refined wisdom to share with the world now. By the way, guys, make sure you're supporting all the animators we watched today. This goes without saying. All these animators worked hard on these videos, and they deserve your support, okay? I'm just out here in bed, you know, blabbering and yapping and commentating and reviewing and reacting.
Brother.
But I ain't doing no animating, so these guys deserve your support, okay? Make sure you've checked them out, subscribe to them if you like their videos, etc. But also, I am sick, so if you could be extra nice to me today, hit the like button on this video and leave a comment about what you think of this style of video and stuff. Do you like this? Is this fun? Let me know. I won't make myself sick again, but I'll do a video from bed. I'll do a video from wherever. We'll do this vibe, okay? All right, When You Go to School Sick by Jaicemations. I have never seen this. I've never watched this channel, but another 3.5 minute long video. So why don't we just give it a try? We're trying to relate here, you know?
So getting sick definitely sucks. Your nose is running, you can't stop coughing, you feel like you're constantly on fire, burning alive, while your body fights off whatever is happening to you. And I don't get sick a lot, but when I do, it sucks for a number of reasons, like missing school. Now, I didn't say that because I actually want to go to school. It just sucks to miss it, you feel me? Because, like, missing school, even for a couple of days, ruins everything.
More homework,
I'll be behind for like 3 weeks after only missing 3 days. Now, I remember this one time in 7th grade, I had pink eye and I was sick. Not even gonna explain how I got this combo, but I still end up going to school. And if you don't know, pink eye is when it makes your eyes look mad red. So I ended up wearing shades to school that day. So everyone would like look at me and be like,
so that's why they call it that. Pink eyes when your eyes look red. So that's why they call it that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. That is the bad thing about missing school when you're sick, is they still make you do the homework, you know? Correct me if you've had a different experience than this, but yeah, they typically don't say, oh, well, he got sick on the day of the big exam. Well, I guess just no exam for him. Automatic 100. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, if your school is hard, then yeah, missing is actually pretty bad.
eyes look mad red. So I ended up wearing shades to school that day. So everyone would like look at me and be like, guys, Jace is on drugs. And like the whole class like whips their head back at me and just started laughing like a Disney Channel movie. And like that would have been reasonable because my eyes are halfway closed and red, you feel me? So I'll pull up the first period, which is my math class, and before class even started, I talked to my teacher about the sunglasses I was wearing, so I wouldn't get pressed over them, because you know how teachers were. If you got a hat on, your hoodie on, or something, you're getting pressed. And especially if you're wearing shades. So I explained the situation to her, and she didn't even ask to see my eyes for some reason, but I don't know why I would make all that up just to wear sunglasses. So I guess her not asking makes a lot of sense. But I go through class normally, coughing every now and then. But I'd have mad people eyeballing me.
Are you coughing into your shoulder, bro?
They're probably like confused on why I was sitting here with sunglasses inside and at school. So after the bell rang, one of my classmates actually walked up to me and was like, bro, why are you wearing sunglasses? And I didn't really feel like explaining everything to him, the whole situation with me having pink eye, being sick, yada yada, woo whoop. So I just dropped the shades just enough so he can see my eyes. And my eyes must have been glowing red as well, because when bro saw me, he expressed some of the craziest shock I've seen on a 13-year-old's face. Like, he was astonished. I'm guessing he thought before class I was in the bathroom off the Benjamin or something. So bro was just looking at me, like mouth halfway open.
Nah, bro. He's seen Yu-Gi-Oh! He has seen Yu-Gi-Oh! And he thought that you evolved. Oh my gosh, the red eyes black dragon. No, honestly, I think Jace's eyes actually were probably more red than this. For a guy named Red Eyes Black Dragon, those eyes aren't very, you know, red.
Bro was just looking at me, like mouth halfway open, and like I don't even remember it being that bad, you feel me? Like it was a slight redness around both my eyes, but I guess he saw a literal demon. But another time when I went to school, I was sick the year before when I was in 6th grade. I was chilling in art class and I was kind of feeling sick, but not enough not to go to school. So I went, and I remember I was just chilling there doing whatever assignment we were doing. I had this feeling in my stomach, the feeling you get before you throw up, and I hate that feeling. It's probably one of those yucky feelings, like you can just feel it in your stomach, like whatever you ate about to come back up, you feel me? And I was not liking it, so I ended up taking off my hoodie, putting it down in front of me, and like laying my face into it, trying to feel better. And I was just laying there for a little while, just like as the feeling in my stomach got worse and worse, and it's just like I knew what was about to happen. Like I just had a feeling at any given second I was gonna start projectile vomiting all over the place, on people next to me, on the teacher, on the table.
Okay, that's not necessary,
bro. Everyone in the class just watched me just going back and forth as I throw up into my hoodie. And like all my throw up noises are muted, so all you can hear is and then like I don't even know what happened. Like it was a grace period or something, because all of a sudden I stopped throwing up. I still had the feeling of throwing up, and then for some reason while I was throwing up to my hoodie, my art teacher got the other art teacher for the older kids to come into the room and take me into her room, which was empty.
You didn't do anything about it.
That would have been a whole different level of awkward, you feel what I'm saying? So then she took me into her room and pulled out this huge trash can. Thing was like
bro was just throwing up and just chilled there, throwing up into his hoodie. Bro, at that point, you can interrupt the class and be like, hey, BRB, I gotta do something about this.
Are you that shy, bro? Like, I'm shy. I'm very shy. I didn't like interrupting class, but if you're throwing up...
I think it's a little bit more embarrassing to just chill with throw up there than it is to be like, hey, can I be excused real quick? You know?
Pulled up this huge trash can. Thing was like the same size as me in width. So I just leaned my head into it, and the trash was full of like all this art stuff like paper, pencils, dried paint, and just all that kind of mixed together to make this horrific smell. Like, it smelled so bad, which ended up helping me throw up more. So after puking in 2 different art classrooms, I went back to my old art class, got my puke covered hoodie, got a bag to put it in, got my backpack, and then I went to the nurse's office, and then I went home. And then there was much more throwing up happening at home.
Oh no. Alright, that was pretty sick.
What?
I mean, no pun intended. I meant sick as in cool, though I guess, at least in this video, I shouldn't describe things as sick with positive perspective, because it's not positive. I'd like to not be sick right now. That would be sick.
I mean, that would be good, is what I meant to say.
Goodness gracious. All right, I want to check out this 2 years ago, 156 views, Mattanations being sick storytime animation. Honestly, Mattanations 2 years ago was like, what do I call this video? What do I title this video? And maybe the video came out and he's like, was that a good title? Was that like, did I give it the right title? You know, maybe it would have got more views if I gave it a different title. Let me tell you, Mattanations, you titled your video the exact search query that I put in. So as a result of that, we are now watching your video. So you did good, okay? We're gonna watch this. I'm gonna be nice because this is a child. I'm not gonna act like I'm judging this the same way that I would judge an animator who's been animating for 15 years. We're just gonna have some fun with this. Matt, what's it like to be sick, bro? That was a cool intro.
Alright, let's go to sleep.
The next day.
Being sick is stupid. One day
Agreed.
you're just in bed and start coughing like crazy. I don't feel
That's how it
so
goes.
good. Anyways, let's get into the stories. So one day when I was getting ready for bed at my grandparents' house, I felt strange.
No way.
I threw up all over my bed sheets and had to sleep on the floor.
The pacing of that story. What a beautifully paced story. Man, you could have made that story probably at least 5 minutes long if you actually gave us all the details. I understand, that's how a kid would tell that story. Hey, could you tell us a story about the last time you were sick? One day I woke up and I was sick everywhere. All right, thank you for the story. Very insightful.
All over my bed sheets and had to sleep on the floor. And for some reason didn't tell my grandparents.
Why not?
Later that night, I threw up like 7 times.
Bro, you need to tell the grandparents.
I told my grandparents about it. And I almost threw up again. But my grandma gave me a water bottle and saved my life. Then I went to sleep for 2 hours. When I woke up, my brother Lucas showed me something, and that's when it really kicked in.
What?
I threw up, but this time
What did he show you, Mattanations? Is this a spooky poppy playtime monster, or is this a Sonic cryptid? He's saying that his brother showed him something and he threw up, but we have no idea. Like, we don't need to know exactly what it was, but at least give us the context. Like, was it something gross that made you throw up, or something that scared you so much that you threw up? Mattanations, what was it, bro?
God, my brother Lucas showed me something, and that's when it really kicked in.
Okay.
I threw up, but this time in a trash can.
Oh, thank goodness.
So after I left my grandparents' house with my parents, I took the whole trash can with me. And I slept for like another 3 hours after I got to my house. And tomorrow I had to stay at home with my grandparents.
Okay.
I got a donut from my dad, but only took 1 bite. I also ate a sandwich.
This is so funny. Just the way that he is structuring this story. This is what it is like if a kid makes a storytime animation. The details they choose to include and not include, it makes sense to them. But if a professional writer were to do this, okay, I also had a donut and ate 1 bite. Okay, we either expand upon that and explain how that ties into you being sick, or we cut that part. We edit that part out. Is it part of the story, or are you just saying, hey, I had a donut?
Like, I can infer what this all means.
In the deeper meaning as to why you only had 1 bite.
But it's kind of funny.
And he just says, by the way, I had a donut, then I had a sandwich. All right, thanks, Matt.
I also ate a sandwich. And now for the next story.
Very cool. Man, that is sick, dude. Oh, I did it again.
I also ate a sandwich. And now for the next story.
All right.
So one day I was coughing a lot, and so I couldn't go to school. This
sad.
happened for like 3 days.
That's bad,
and for
man,
all of those
sorry.
days, my dad got me some McDoodles. And got me a double cheeseburger every time.
All right.
Oh, stop doing that. That is unhealthy. No.
Oh, this guy's watched some Mattanations.
Something that is also unhealthy is your attitude.
Oh, cook 'em Mattanations. All right, based on that segment, I'm like, all right, this dude must be subbed to Mattanations. This guy took some inspiration from Mattanations. Oh yeah, I don't think you can look at like who people are subbed to on their channels anymore. I think that's lame, bro. Okay, his most recent community post was a year ago. It said, "I am God." Definitely, hey man, when I had 400 subscribers, I also got a bit of an ego, but you gotta dial that back and make sure you're okay, bro.
In conclusion, being sick stinks. And second, eat double cheeseburgers or else you'll end up like him.
Oh no.
Hello everybody, I hope you enjoyed my video.
Yep.
If you liked it, please like and subscribe with the notification bell to not miss any of my uploads.
I'll give it a like, I'll give it a like. Mattanations, very cool. All right, Mattanations, you know what? I'll do it, I'll hit the sub button. That was fun, and I wasn't mean, right? I was chill about it. By no means would I ever try to make fun of someone who's just starting animation and like their animation is not as evolved as others. But yeah, that was fun. I mean, you can go give Mattanations video a like if you want, you know? Okay, guys, I hope you had fun with me in this video. If this video works and you guys like this video, I can do more videos from bed. I can do more videos on the MacBook, and I can film basically wherever I want in the world if this works. If this works, I can film anywhere, okay? So yeah, let me know. Did you like this video? Did you like the vibe of this video? I know it was different, and I'm sick, so if I did this again, it would be slightly different. Or maybe it would be slightly the same, I don't know. But you let me know, okay? You know, homies, you know what you should do now? Aside from making sure you left a comment on the video about what you thought of it, you should keep watching some vids, you know? This video right here is a video of mine that YouTube thinks you will like, and here's a video of mine that I think you will like. So who's right? Is it YouTube or is it me? One of these videos is your new favorite video, so you gotta go check it out. I'll see you there. You know, what am I doing here for, okay? Go click on it, okay? Okay, see ya.